when y'all get on. Any questions, just call me. You can either text me before y'all leave the studio, call me. So I can make sure y'all post everything. I don't want to do a yard live. It's on commercials.
Oh, okay.
So you have to like kind of shut it in.
I know that disclaimer's probably going on right now.
I know. We don't lie.
Huh?
We don't lie. We don't lie.
No, you're not. Did you hear lights on? Is that lights on? Live talk.
Welcome to WMSK Online Radio, the home of the Cheryl Underwood Show.
It's your girl Malaysia.
It's Hey What You Mean.
And it's Emily, and you are tuned in to WMSK Online Radio.
And we're bringing you Teenage Truth from the Raw Table.
I hope that our Instagram family is tuned in right now. And if you are, a special shout out to you. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WMSK Online Radio.
Speaking of Instagram, I've noticed that people use Instagram more so for profit than to actually be social. Do you guys feel the same?
Oh yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same. But I feel like the use of social media is changing over time because when we first started using social media, and that's back when MySpace and Facebook came out, but that's really, there was social media before that because there was like Black Planet and stuff, but that's way before our time. But when social media really started kicking off, it was like MySpace and Facebook, and everybody was just on there literally like trying to be social, looking for friends actually. Like I met a lot of people through Facebook.
Just talking and sharing like pictures and stuff, but now it's like, we're using social media as a way to get money, and like we have all these people on Instagram and on Twitter, like calling themselves personal influencers. It's like this is what it's about. We have YouTube now. That's even a social media platform as well, where people gain subscribers and they're now earning money from that.
Definitely. I feel like we are in the age now where money is the motive, but it's like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time because, you know, people, they are easily influenced. So, of course, people get more followers from, you know, following influencers. So it's just like, I feel as though money is a motive, but at the same time, it's like kids now, they are easily influenced to do the wrong thing. So it's like the influencers, they have a certain goal, you know, but it's like they're not really focused on what the kids are getting themselves into.
Yeah, and all the kids are on YouTube nowadays. Like my little nephew, I watched him for the first time. I'm the youngest in the family, so I never babysit the kid. But I babysitted my nephew for the first time about 2 weeks ago, right? And I was like, I was a 4-year-old, he's gonna want to play with all my old toys. Nah, he didn't want to play with no toys. He just on the iPad the whole time, watching other kids play games on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird, like social media.
Definitely. And the kids that other kids are watching, they're making so much money from it, and it's so weird. It's so weird, but it's a good thing at the same time too. But it's like that takes away from kids, you know, social life. They don't go outside no more. They don't meet new kids and start playing. It's just all about social media. And it's like it's so much in social media right now that kids are being exposed to, and it's like they're so young, but they're, you know, they know about certain things that, you know, us when we were younger, we didn't know about it.
And like we got kids on like YouTube doing like ASMRs and stuff like that. And I'm like, how do you even know what that is? First of all,
look, I don't even know what that is.
Right. I don't even be watching that. It's soothing, but like kids are really like doing that stuff right now, and like Musically and all these like dance challenges and stuff like that. And it's just like, how do you guys know this? Like I have a niece where like I go over her house, and she has her own tablet, she has her own laptop. And literally, playtime for her is YouTube or her games that are on her phone. It's just like, you don't have any toys to play with, you don't want to go outside. And she's like, no, I don't, like, you know, I feel like going outside. And it's just like, where's your childhood? Like, you're not going to experience any of that. And everyone's growing, like, these kids are growing up a little too fast. Like, it's nothing compared to the last generation. And it's honestly, like, it's just sad.
But I have a question, guys. Would you say that our generation started the whole shift in social media being social to profit? Because people really weren't profiting on social media or up until our generation. Like we're the generation who actually chose to capitalize off of social media. That's when like Instagram influencers and stuff and Twitter fame and all that cloud stuff came in. But that wasn't really a thing until
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
generation came and started to view social media as so important. But then I have another question. So it's two questions. The first question was, do you think that our generation was like, you know what I'm saying, the reason for it? And the second question would be, guys, how do you feel about it in general? Like, would you say that you personally would use it for profit, or are you against it? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like our generation was the reason for it. We definitely made a big impact in how social media is used today. And I also, the second question you said,
Would you do
would I profit,
Personally.
like use it for profit? Yes, because social media now, like one little thing that you do that's different, or takes you from, the people, everybody that's doing this one thing and you doing this other thing, it takes the attention on you and it builds you up. And even if people feel like, they don't really like it or they do like it, they're still going to go to your page just to see what's going on just because other people are talking about it. So I definitely feel like it can be used in a positive light. And profit, of course, you're going to want to profit. People make money, a lot of money now from social media and whatever they're doing. So I feel like, it's a bittersweet thing. But, at the end of the day, like I said, now, today, in this age, money is the motive. So it's like, we really can't survive without money.
Yeah.
So.
But y'all, I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because I feel like people on social media and the internet in general are so fake. Like I feel like the whole image is just like it's made up.
Of course.
So like how you know what I'm saying? Like like personally, like I'm all about being real. So how could you be all about being real, but then be on social media all the time, like trying to keep up with an image? Like so when I first turned 18 like a year ago, so I was thinking about doing YouTube and I couldn't get with it because it was like I was in front of a camera putting on this whole persona, and it's like it didn't feel like I was being myself. Although I was being me, trying to be funny and make jokes and stuff like that, I just felt like I was doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I do YouTube and I speak on things that I feel are important to me and I feel like I should be sharing with other people because I mean, I may be 17 years old, but I still have a lot to share. I have experienced all the things that many other people who probably haven't experienced or grew up in the same environment that I did. So I don't keep up with it. Like, I mean, I do YouTube, but I'm not like these people that like do it like constantly every week posting something because, oh, I need to show something for my subscribers or I need to be posting something so they can keep up. No, it's my life. I have things to do. I have school and I'm going to upload when I can. I tell people that like, if I'm not uploading, like I'm busy, I'm doing something. Like it's gonna be on my time and when I'm ready. I'm not doing this for the money or anything like that, which is like you said, part of like the wrong reasons. People are doing it because they want to profit off of YouTube. Like I remember, like this one girl, she posted on her Instagram, like she got the Google AdSense letter, like she was gonna get paid off of YouTube, and it's like, girl, like I can already tell you was doing it for the wrong reasons from the beginning. Like,
and then like another thing that I feel like is that when it comes to YouTube and just social media influencing in general, I just feel like I don't know. It's just like why are we on our phones so much? Our generation is always on the computer watching somebody else. You know what I'm saying? One thing I like about radio is that you can hear it. You can just listen to it while doing something else.
you don't
And I
even know
feel
who's behind the
exactly.
microphone.
And one thing, and I like radio because I feel like you can really be yourselves on the radio. But I feel like on the internet and all that other stuff, TV even too. I feel like it's all fake and made up. It just doesn't feel real. Doesn't feel authentic.
People watch like stuff like Love and Hip Hop and these are the ones
Basketball Wives, reality TV shows.
Reality
yeah,
TV.
it just feels so
It's never
fake.
reality, really. The storylines never make sense. But I feel like, do you feel that fake it till you make it is that a real thing?
Of course.
Man, that's big when it comes to social media too, and just like the whole internet era in general, guys. Like everybody's faking it, and it's all like they have to fake it in order for people to actually tune in because who's gonna watch somebody stream or watch somebody's YouTube story if there is nobody else watching it.
Right.
If it's not popular or doesn't even seem like people are tuned in, why would you want to listen to it too? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and one thing that I know about humans is that we operate on herd mentality. We do what other people do. Monkey see, monkey do is legit. It's real. Humans operate based off of what other humans are doing.
Yeah, and it's sad now because on social media, people they have so many followers, quote unquote, but you can pay for followers now. You can pay for
It's
followers,
crazy.
you can pay for views, likes, all of that, and I feel like it's not genuine, really. So it's like these people that other people may be really influenced by. What are they really influenced by?
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Are you a positive influence or are you a negative influence? And back to you were saying about faking it till you make it. There are many people that show a life that they don't have, like the Drake lyric. But how to go? You got a girl that's flown to some, and then she's still posting the pictures even when she's back home.
Yeah,
Like she's trying to make it seem like she's still on the go.
vacation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and like I know a lot of people that fake on Instagram and Twitter, and they just try to make it seem like they have this luxurious life that they really don't have. Like they probably have minimum money, and they just try to make it seem like they have all this money in the world, they're making all this money, and they just try to make it seem like that with all these luxurious things. So then other people tend to follow that and like, oh, I want to be like her, and I want to look like her. Like even Fashion Nova, they came up with this Halloween costume that's literally called influencer, and it's literally like a white crop top shirt with some leggings and a hat and like some sunglasses, because literally that's what we see when we think of a influencer. Like they all just look the same. So there's no really originality anymore in this generation or just on these social media platforms. You can't even be different.
Definitely. There's a lot of people now who are Instagram famous or Twitter famous or whatever the case may be, and you think they have a lot of money, you think they have it really going on, they really are doing what they claim to be doing, but then you have these same people that are now getting locked up for fraud or
Yeah.
something like that. It's just like, okay. It's just like, okay, so what happened? Like I thought.
You gotta get it
Scamming
how you
is the
live,
way.
man. You gotta get it how you live.
And I used to people used to post like, oh, if you got Wells Fargo, if you got Bank of America, hit me up, you can make like $5,000 a week. And I'm like, what?
Right.
And I'm like, no, I even had friends telling me like that's a scam, this girl scammed me. And I'm like, oh, how oblivious can you be? Like,
Yeah.
how oblivious can you be that
Yeah.
you think you're gonna make $5,000 in a week for doing nothing?
Like, come on now, it's 2018. When those scams first came out, I think I was about, I mean, I don't know if that's when they first came out, but when I first got hit to those scams, that was back when I was in like 6th grade. So it's like, come on now, I'm well out of high school now. Like, people should know not to trust people flashing money saying turn 200 to 2,000. Like, you're going to turn $200 into 2,000 in 1 week. Oh, magically. You're just going to have it in your bank account. And you don't think nothing illegal is
It's
involved
gonna
in it?
happen.
Come on now.
That's
Come
the thing,
on
that's
now. But honestly though, like, and when it comes to faking it till you make it, and what Emily was saying about people just like flexing on social media and stuff, I honestly will speak of personal experience. I was never faking on social media, but flexing on social media, it just make you feel good.
Mhm.
Because like when you flex on social media, it's like, yeah, when you post it on Instagram or post it on Twitter, it's like stamping it. It's like stamping it to the world that yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Right.
What's up? What you gonna post? You ain't dripping like me. Like me, for example, you go to my Instagram, and you scroll through and you go see, oh, look at all these pictures, yeah, he's always flexing. Man, that's what I like to do. Like I like to be on there, and I like to be, I call it busting them. That's how I like to do. I like to be busting them.
But I get that, and it's a great thing. I feel like when you make it and you know you got it like that, you have the right to, flex and, I got it like that. But don't forget, like, do things for yourself. Don't buy this $1,000, not even $1,000, like $10,000 like watch and post it and buy it because you just want to post it so people can see it. Don't do that. Do it because you know you got the money and you know that you worked hard and you deserve it. Don't do it for the Instagram followers because what they gonna do? They're just gonna swipe. Oh,
look, or probably set you up for the lick and rob. That's how they doing it now. They see you flashing your money on Instagram. Boom. 2 weeks later, somebody found, robbed, killed in an attempted robbery. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Right. And sometimes they even be faking their money.
Uh-huh.
They even be faking their money. they, I've seen a lot of people, upcoming rappers or whatever the case may be, they flash a lot, the watches, the chains, all of that. And it's just like, okay.
Next week you got the chain snatch.
Right. And it's like flexing, okay, it makes you feel good, but at the same time, it also causes, I feel like, envy a little bit. Because, like, people who don't have, they're looking at this like, some people may take it like as inspiration, but some people may not. So it's like you flashing, like, oh, yeah, I got this, I got that. So then when you lacking somewhere else, it's like, the people that's hating low key, they like, okay, yeah, you got this, okay, how you gonna feel when I snatch it? When I snatch.
They
Then
caught
you
you lacking, man.
embarrassed. Then you embarrassed because you got the chain snatched or whatever the case may be. And now it's beef because then you want it back because you gotta show that you go hard and you're not soft. And it's just so crazy. Like, it's just so much that comes with flexing and social media and all this stuff because not everybody has.
But when it comes to people getting their chain snatched, anyone you talk about in particular?
Yeah, like you said, chain snatch. I can't really name people because it's just like you never know who is going to get their chain snatched because of the fact, a lot of people now want to purchase chains or want to get watches or diamond this and diamond that, quote unquote.
Yeah, keep it going.
But what I'm saying is, just try to do things for yourself. Don't do it for others. And if you're gonna get something, do it because you wanted it, not because you saw the next person with it, or you saw, you saw Gucci Mane with this fat chain. Do it because you wanted it and you liked it.
But one thing that I know, this is throughout my whole life. Our whole lives is based off of what other people want and what other people deem is cool. Like, think about it. In elementary school, the kids who had the newest shoes, the new Jordans was the thing when we was in elementary school.
Yeah.
The kids with the freshest Jordan was usually the cool kids.
Yeah.
Like they was the ones who was popular. They were the ones who everybody allegedly just liked for some reason. It's all because they had the thing.
You had it like that.
Yeah, you just had what people wanted. So it's like throughout our whole life we've been trained to have what people want, and even building a resume.
Right.
You have to literally to get a job in this world, to have a career. You have to put on paper, here I am what you want. You have to, I feel like in life we've been trained to prove ourselves to people.
Yeah.
And one way that people are proving themselves now is through flexing on social media. So it's like, I don't know if it's a bad thing, I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's just like, yes, it feels fake, but at the same time, it's like we have been trained to do that.
It has its pros and cons. Like, speaking of like elementary school when you had the hottest kicks, I was one of those kids that just didn't have those hottest kicks.
Trust me,
I did.
Same
I
here.
had things from like Converse to like the fat like Nikes, like say Air Force Ones, like just simple shoes like that because. And I would get mad when my mom couldn't give me the newest release. Oh, you don't ever want to buy me nothing. Then my mom would be like, no, they're too expensive. Like, why do I need to buy these shoes for $100? I don't need to do that. And people just don't understand, especially children. You want your parents to buy you all these things, all these luxurious things, but you're doing it with your parents' money. Like, you're putting your parents in debt and all these problems just because you wanted to look like the next kid. Right? And that's a huge problem that has been going on for a while now, even with our generation as well.
Well, me personally, I grew up, my parents ain't had all the money in the world, so when I did meet a kid whose parents had all the money in the world, trust me, I was gonna milk them. And I'm not afraid to say it. If your parents are rich and all this stuff and you want to flex all the time, okay, well, let's flex together. You got so much money, let's do it together then. Because I ain't got it like that. And us being African Americans, we already had a setback. You know what I'm saying? We were set 300 years back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I'm meeting people with all this money, they want to flex all the time. Go ahead, share it with me, buddy. You got so much money, you want to flex. All right, we can be flex buddies, man. Let's get it. Let's get it for real. Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like if you know people who having that and they was having that their whole life,
you better jump on that.
You don't gotta kiss nobody behind. I ain't saying that, but hey, like, don't sleep on. You know what I'm saying? Get it how you live. Get it how you live.
So how about like the way we use social media? Like we have Instagram and then we have Twitter and then we also have Facebook. but their uses are very, very
Don't nobody use
different.
Facebook. Don't nobody use Facebook. You
Except for
can cut
aunts
that.
and uncles and grandmothers.
Yeah.
They took over. They took over. But we have Instagram. Instagram is where we promote the brand. Your typical Instagram model. That's where we recruit the models. We have all these girls that look the same, you know, doing their makeup the same. We have Finstas now, so people can like be on your business. And we also use Instagram for exposure, like trying to network, work with other people if you're an artist or in the art field, and to do collabs as well. So if you want to work with this next artist, upcoming artist, you can contact them through Instagram.
Right.
And the same as Twitter. It's kind of the same thing, but more like a personal level. On Twitter, you can show your humorous side, or you can just speak on your personal life. And then you have a thing called Black Twitter, where we have all the Black people, and we share things like memes, and which are like pictures, and like you relate them to like situations and stuff like that. And then we have Facebook, where you just basically keep up with your family and you keep them updated, and you reconnect with relatives that may be like far away. So we have all of these social medias, and they're all used differently.
Right.
But like, what's the impact? Like, what can you get out of these social media platforms, like Instagram or even YouTube too? I forgot YouTube.
I feel like the impact that you get from each one of these social media platforms are, I'm thinking it could be, you know, negative and positive. Cause like I said, now a lot of kids now are really on Instagram more so than older people, I should say. But I feel like the one with the most impact now is Instagram, because most people don't use Twitter. A lot of people use Twitter, but most people use Instagram versus Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah, Instagram has more users.
Yeah, so it's just like, I feel like the impact is really big from Instagram, but it's like, Instagram is not really filtered as much.
At all.
So it's like anything,
For real.
anything can be put on Instagram, and the only way that it can be taken down is if people report it. But you know, people don't really report unless it's very, very offensive. Most people, you know, everybody's gonna comment and say what they say. Most people don't really report unless it's, you know, a really, really big deal. But I feel like it should be a little filtered now, because there's a lot of things that's on the internet that's really inappropriate for the age group, you know, that is on Instagram.
They need to have like kids Instagram. And
You know how back in the day they
Uh-huh.
used to, you know, when you used to try to go on certain websites,
Yeah.
they used to filter it in school. Even your
Yeah.
parents used to
yeah,
filter it.
stuff like that.
So it's like, I feel like they should bring that back, because like now that is not in any type of format now.
Well,
It don't get blocked.
I know they have a kids YouTube. I know for a fact
Yeah, they have a kids
YouTube. 'Cause that's what
YouTube.
I'm trying to say. Like that's what the kids are always watching. That's what they watch how the kids play video games and stuff. But I would say, yeah, like the impact from when I first started using social media, when I first started using the internet in general, because this is really bigger than social media. This is all the internet. Like the internet is huge.
Right.
And it's so many different ways to connect with the internet. It's ways you can sell stuff. Like people, I've seen those apps for buying and selling things and trading stuff, like Let Go, Offer Up.
Yeah.
I've seen people promoting mixtapes on there. I've seen people
What?
promote their Instagram, like follow me. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is an app to sell stuff. Why are you promoting your Instagram? OT, like
They're
you
selling
can-
themselves.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, that's all I believe. But still, though, like I would say that it's always had a big influence, because when I first started using the internet, the first thing I got on was YouTube, and I'm looking up conspiracy theories, and that ever since then I've been in conspiracies. I've been in conspiracies my whole life, based off of me watching YouTube videos when I was a little kid.
Right.
Now I'm all into conspiracies, and
Right.
so what you put on the internet is important, and it's for little kids should definitely have that guidelines and blocks, parental
Yeah.
blocks for social media, because they're on there, they're using them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna give your kid an iPod or an iPhone that all of them have, or iPads, that these kids are getting now at 4 years old, you have to have some way to monitor them other than just like and those little parental controls on Apple, that
That
It's
don't
easy
work.
to not- yeah, we used to,
Unblock
yeah, we
it.
used to be going finessing and finagling right through that back in elementary school.
Cause it's right on their account, like they can change it from their own account.
Right, and kids don't realize now that anything you put on social media is forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's forever. No matter, even if you try to delete your account or delete some pictures, those pictures are always going to be
Mhm.
on the internet
Somewhere.
somewhere. Like it don't matter what you try to do to erase all that. All your once you put your information up, it's there
It's up.
forever.
And we had to live through that. Like we had to actually, we're the first people to actually, I feel like, experience that process. Like
Right.
because social media was really, it's really became what it is through us, through
Right.
literally through the millennials. And it's like, of course, I put some things on the internet that I regret, but it's like, hey, if you listening, try not to put anything on the internet
Right.
that you're gonna end up regretting
You
because
just
it's about
start
things
using
out there.
Yeah, just start using it. Try to stay away from anything that you think. If your boss sees it, if your mom sees, if you know your mom gonna see it and she's gonna be mad, that's just if you
Yeah.
don't put it in. Just
Mhm.
don't, because that's where bad reputation comes in play.
Yep.
You don't want to put yourself out there doing dumb things, or maybe bullying somebody, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Putting on this image of you that probably really isn't you. And what did you do it for? Clout,
Right.
followers.
Mhm.
Right.
So when you are on Instagram or on Twitter or whatever, you want to make sure that you are portraying who you really are. You don't want to, like, for example, people that post things like, I don't know,
The
fighting.
challenges.
Yeah, challenges.
Or
Like,
anything.
The burn challenge.
Oh,
I
and the
know,
cinnamon
that's how
challenge.
we
Remember the
do it.
cinnamon challenge?
And it's so crazy because I actually did the cinnamon challenge.
Oh, I
Oh
did it
no.
too on my
That's
phone.
oh my goodness. The challenges, that's a really big thing too, because YouTube is big now too. And it's like a lot of people, they do pranks and challenges and all that. But at the same time, it's really dangerous. They don't never say how dangerous it can get until
Mhm.
somebody ends up dead or somebody really
Somebody
gets hurt.
Uh,
Kids are really, the burn challenge where they put alcohol on their bodies and
Yeah,
light themselves just to see how
yeah,
fast they
something
can
crazy.
put themselves out.
Uh,
And it's like kids are really dying from stuff like that.
And real life do it.
And
Yeah.
really do it and post it. And then it's like once the life is gone, it's like you
Oh.
it's not nothing to post.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like,
crazy world we live in.
Then how does the influence feel then? The
Oh.
influences.
Well, and then one thing I say about what you put on the internet, guys, is that like, yeah, it may be wild, but at the time, the cinnamon challenge and the burn challenge, that's what's getting people attention.
What?
So it's like, and that just connects back to the original point, like, is it a good thing? Because it's like, you're doing it to get attention, and that attention is gonna bring you money, and that money gonna bring you whatever else you want in life. So it's like, yeah, you started off doing something crazy, but you ended up in a good place. And that's what's really crazy about
But do
social
you?
media.
But like, do you?
Oh, well, yeah. Yes, that can be a question
It's
too.
like, because you doing these things to get followers and clout, but it's like people are not going to forget how you came up. Like,
Mhm.
the reason why you are famous, people will not forget that.
Okay.
Who?
Okay.
Exactly. She's trying to distract the world from that sex tape, but with all these companies and this makeup and this perfume and her being modeling for Yeezy. But honey, we haven't forgotten why.
And now
became famous.
North is getting older, and she
Oh.
did an interview where she was like,
Oh.
North asked her, "Mommy, why are you famous?" And it's like, what do you tell your kid then?
You really need to watch what you're doing, because exactly, like, you might have a child and your child might, Mom, how are you famous? Or try to search you up and gonna see all these things pop up from things that you did in the past that you probably now regret. So you really have to be careful how you put yourself out there. You don't want to make it seem like you're a bad influence or a bad role model, because it will really reflect on you in the future, even if you didn't do it. Because it's not you.
Well, when we come back, we'll discuss further about whether or not the internet and social media is important, guys. Y'all, microphones is off. Dog, that's crazy as fuck. Microphones just went
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah. We on live. We on Instagram. We on YouTube live.
People they texting me, they like, I click live and everything,
Yeah.
all I hear is music.
All it is Bobby Smurda. Our microphones is off.
How many minutes
Was
we
our
got?
microphones on?
How many minutes
Our
we got?
microphones was on. Your microphones was on. How many minutes we got? We have 3 minutes. Oh, we had.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes.
Us
talking?
Oh, she the one
on
watching that show?
YouTube. Nah, people on it like trying to like listen.
I'm about to say, I hope y'all tuned in on the gram, Slim.
Yeah, my sister was such. Is there supposed to be music playing? Send me the actual thing.
Yeah, so.
How did it sound so far? Like, is it interesting? Be completely honest.
I just got one a couple minutes ago when y'all started talking about shoes
Uh-huh.
and Instagram and stuff. Yeah, it was interesting.
Any feedback?
Yeah, tell us what to talk about. We on live, young.
Okay, so
Does anybody need to slow down?
Yeah, does anybody need to slow down? Like, do you understand what everyone is saying?
And do you think everybody's in the conversation equally? I think we've been doing good at that, having
Yeah,
everybody in the conversation. Like, yeah, we're doing all right.
I'm trying to figure out how to. Everybody who comes in, they love us.
Yeah, Remy is playing.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying Ray was playing.
Yeah.
My cousin said Rick Ross is playing.
Rick Ross playing. No, right now it's Gucci Mane playing.
What are you going?
Oh, LMFAO.
I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I tell them?
Let's do shout outs. What, somebody listening?
Send everyone the YouTube link, because I guess the
Send me the YouTube link.
I'm sending you that.
YouTube.
That was actually pretty good, man.
Yeah, I was like, I was talking, like, I was stumbling because I was like, oh my God.
She said talk about the perception of beauty in social media.
Okay, that's a bad. We gonna talk about coloring.
And how generations as this image of what a beautiful girl is. Okay.
Definitely, we definitely are going to the light skin, dark skin thing because a lot of girls now are going, like, a lot of girls are now, like, you know, talking about that. And I feel like there shouldn't be nothing to really talk about because we all black at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it like, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying that
We
because,
coming back. Hold up. We coming back in like a minute and 40 seconds. So just be ready. But save that energy for the conversation because that's gonna be.
Talk about how it's hard trying to be artists in the DMV.
Who said that? Your best friend. I like you. Yeah. Good feedback. Yeah, we coming back on in 1 minute.
You know, at the bottom. Talk about the difference in hating and just giving feedback. What? Ow!
This joke funny. When people text me, "Oh, see video."
I'm like, welcome back to
Homo bitch Cheryl.
oh my goodness.
Y'all, it's crazy. We gonna laugh, like everything. We gonna laugh. So like, are we coming back in 18 seconds? So
Don't forget to click our microphones on.
okay. Thank you for reminding me. And see, we have an advertisement. Let's go play next.
My heart is like beating. I can't remember this all over the phone.
So we're gonna be on in 7 seconds. All right, guys, y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all ready?
Okay, wait.
Everybody pull up their Google Docs.
It's being popular now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Welcome back to WMSK Online Radio, the home of Cheryl Underwood. And we were getting right into it being popular among us. We're talking about social media and its effects on the generation today. And social media has made popularity bigger than what it really is. And it makes people nowadays focus on likes and followers. So how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like being popular is a must on when you're on social media? When you get on your Instagram or when you get on your Twitter, do you feel like, okay, I have to do this or I have to look this way when I post a picture so that it gets these amount of likes or so people can know, like, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. When I post on social media and I check back and I see that I only got 200 views. I
I'm
feel like
mad.
only 200 people view. I feel like 200 people view my story. What? Stop. I feel a little disrespected. Only because I would consider myself popular in real life. Like I would actually say a good amount of people actually know me.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I post it on personally, when I post it on social media, I want the people who know me in real life to be actively viewing my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And keeping up to date and being interactive on there. A lot of people will be ghost followers and follow you, watch all your stuff, but they will never interact with you,
Right.
which is weird to me. I don't know how that works.
Right.
But people most definitely will follow you and never say a word to you, never like no pictures, but they will always watch your stuff.
Right. Which is weird. It's kind of creepy. Even people that don't like you will still watch it just to see what you got going on.
Exactly.
Just the gossip on. Just
Oh, look
happening in your
what she
life.
got on.
Like, she looking
Oh.
mad. Like,
So shake my head. And yeah, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that it's necessary to be popular because I feel like because I also do have an Instagram account that is like my second account. I wouldn't call it a Finsta. Finstas are a thing, the fake Instagrams. But having a little account that isn't popular seems to be becoming popular
Mhm.
nowadays. Having small accounts
yes.
because being popular is kind of too much because you don't want all these people always watching your stuff and everybody having an opinion on you. Like you said, a lot of people are watching your stuff being envious of you or your quote unquote people who don't like you, your haters or whatever.
Yeah.
They're watching your stuff and it's like, well, why are you watching me? Like,
Right.
it's weird.
Right.
Not weird. Yeah, creeps, grown people, and it's just like you don't even notice that our stuff is public. Well, most of our Instagrams or Twitters are public. Anyone can look at what we're doing, and it's kind of creepy. Like I myself, I encounter grown people that contact me through my DMs, like trying to get with me. And it's just like, yo, you're a grown man. Like, why are you talking to me right now? You should
Ain't
have
nobody in
been
your
like.
DM. Ain't nobody in your DM.
Shut up.
Everybody in your DM.
I got them right here. Receipts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emily's the type of person to be like, cash at me. I'm not responding unless you cash at me.
No, for real, you gotta play people nowadays because you gotta do what you gotta do to do what you gotta do. Like, period.
Yeah. Popularity is definitely a praised characteristic because of social media. I feel like it carries over into schools also, or it carries on into the real life because then, it's like people, you don't really get to know somebody for real. You really just, when people see you on Instagram or whatever the case may be, and then they see you in real life, it's like, oh, I follow you, your name is such and such on Instagram, So it's like they're judging you based off of your profile, but it's like not everybody is really who they say they are.
Yeah. Like when you're popular on like social media, you're expected to look, I guess, a certain way when you meet you in person.
Right.
Like if I were to see you in person and I follow you on Instagram, oh, you're ta-da-da-da from Instagram.
Right.
And it's just like I don't know, the approach is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I just I don't know if I should be happy that you know me or I don't know, that's just really a weird approach. Like I had one girl, I was in Walmart and she said, oh my God, I watch your YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing. Like you're supporting me. I really appreciate that. But I really didn't know how to handle it or what to say to her. I was like, oh my God, they didn't know to give her a hug or is that too much? So I was kind of confused. So I feel like popularity is just really weird. And it even goes off in school. When you're in school, people just want to be your friend because you have these amount of followers or because you do this.
Right.
So in school, it's like, oh, let me be her friend because she do this or she's cute. That's too. People realize just want to be friends because they're cute.
Right. I definitely feel like.
For I would say a lot of times the people that everybody thinks is so cute actually don't even look that good.
They all look the same.
And that's what's crazy when it comes to faking it till you make it and social media. Because a lot of times people on social media have fake likes and fake followers.
Right.
You can look like a horseshoe in the face, right? And then get on social media and get you some fake likes and fake followers, and now everybody just gonna automatically say, "Oh,
you
well, she
cute,
popping,
right,
so
she
she must
popping,
be bad." You know what I'm saying?
Or
I
people
definitely-
just follow you because you have a lot of followers.
Yeah, I definitely feel like popularity strips the originality out of that person's real personality.
You lose yourself in that. You're
Yeah.
just so focused on trying to please everyone and trying to represent this person that you want to be, quote unquote. So you really lose yourself and who you really are. That's why so many people now go on this rant I need to find who I am. And I need to take a break from social media because yes, it is
You was
draining.
being fake. You
Yeah.
was on there being fake. That's why
And
you
people
get
that
work.
say that is because you just realize the life you are portraying is not the life you
Yeah.
live. So they're trying to take this break, quote unquote.
I have a question for y'all. So I would say when people become celebrities and when they become so popular, they take on a certain role, and that's to be a spokesperson, especially for the community that they come from.
Right.
So I don't know if you all saw it was all over social media though. There was a video, and I think it was at the Oscars, the Emmys, one of those big award shows where a new actor, Tiffany Haddish, right? They asked her a question about racism or something. She responds with, "Well, I don't know. That's not what I'm not a professional in that field." And it's like,
She's like, but if you wanted me to organize a joke for you, I can do that. I can do that.
so would y'all say that like a lot of people were mad at her because she wasn't fake. People were mad at her for not being fake. So I feel like when you become popular or when you become a celebrity, you have a certain standard to uphold, and that's what becomes stressful, and that's what becomes fake because people change. You know what I'm saying? And people are not always going to be like that stagnant person who they were when they first became popular.
But Cardi B too, like when she first got up there, like we all know that this ghetto stripper, like illiterate, doesn't know how to talk. But I guess as she got more popular, like she had to get people to like, you need to fix the way you're talking, you need to fix the way you are responding to certain questions because I mean it does matter at the end of the day, even when you're trying to like be real as you can.
She's still acting fool though. Cardi is still acting fool.
I applaud her for standing her ground, being who you are, but also, you also have to have this, be professional. That's what it is, be professional.
But some people feel like being professional is being fake, and that's what comes into respectability politics. And I don't know, but respectability politics, that's like, for example, that's when a person has to do certain things because, like, for example, for a woman, right? It's a respectable thing. You got to cross your legs when you sit. You can't talk about sex all the time because that'll make you a quote unquote slut or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's respectability politics, and that's not really true. So it's like people are holding each other to these standards that everybody doesn't live by. Everyone don't live by the same standard. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I promise you, like in my household, like you said, I get told to cross your legs and stuff like that. But in my household, I'm also told to, marry a man or believe in Jesus and clean. I don't even know how to cook.
She said clean.
I don't even know how to cook, and I'm 17 years old. And every time mom has to come home and clean cook, she gets mad. She's like, "You need to learn how to cook. Like you're not a complete woman if you don't know how to cook." And I'm like, I'm a woman at the end of the day, whether I know how to cook or not. Like I'm still me, and I'm gonna be a woman. Like look, I got things between my legs. I'm a woman. Doesn't matter what I know how to do. Like as long as somebody knows how to cook in the household, that's what's important. I don't need to be
all of this stuff is what we've been socialized to think and how we've been socialized to feel. Like a lot of times, like actually, I'm gonna say this first. I read a quote once, and it says, don't go with what you think, go with how you feel, and go with your heart, because everything that you think is what you've been taught to think.
Yeah.
But what you feel is based off.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
So I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah. Definitely. I feel like I don't think that popularity just strips the originality of people following the person. It also strips the originality of the person that's following because they're attempting to copy the person that they're watching or the person that's influencing them. And it's not really what they would do or something that they, been doing. It's something that they see somebody else doing. It's like, oh, okay, well, this person is doing that. And they, have a lot of followers or they have a lot of people that like them for doing this. So maybe if I do this, I'll get, the same amount of recognition. And it's like, it really preys, I feel like, on people that have low self-esteem already.
I think that's also tied to like girls and on social media.
Right.
Like if I see you, let's say you have on like a big face, you know how to do your makeup, or you post pictures like half naked, I'm gonna feel like, and you have all these followers, I'm gonna feel like, oh, I need to do that too. Let me go learn how to put on some makeup. Let me go get some clothes that are probably inappropriate for my age.
Right.
And let me just do it because she's doing it and she's getting this amount of attention.
Right.
And that's also has to do a lot with like colors. Like girls that are like there's girls of wide range of skin tones. We have light skins, dark skins, but mainly in the black community, we have a range from light skinned girls to brown skinned girls to dark skinned girls. But we mainly praise these light skinned girls, curly hair, nice eyes, or maybe they might have nice eyes, doesn't matter. But curly hair, whatever, light skin, and it's like, oh, I want to look like her, or I want to dress like her because she was perceived as beautiful, or
Because of these Western beauty standards that
Yeah.
that were imposed on us from birth. Like when
very
we,
beginning.
and growing up, what we see on TV, we always see blonde and blue-eyed women, or the only time you see black women, you see light-skinned black women on TV. They're always on TV, and yes, I understand that. Oh well, yeah, they're still black, so we're still being represented as a culture. But at the same time, there is a underlying issue because dark-skinned women are not getting the same recognition and the same appreciation that these lighter tone people are getting.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like it shouldn't even be like that at all. I feel like all women are beautiful. And I know that darker skinned women, they have it harder. And I feel like it's really sad because at the end of the day, it shouldn't be a certain beauty standard that everybody should be held to.
Exactly.
I feel like everybody is beautiful in their own type of way. And then if you praise one group, it makes other groups feel like, oh, like I gotta look like this, or if I don't look like this, I'm not pretty. And it's like not every light skinned female or white female is pretty.
Exactly.
That does not mean anything.
Yeah.
And it's just really crazy to me because people really hold on to that. And like you said, in TV shows or movies and stuff, when they trying to have a role for a black female, they always try to go to Zendaya or
Or
Yahara.
Amanda, the other one.
And she don't even be need to be playing half of the role she be playing, to be honest.
And it's just like it's nothing wrong with them, but at the same time, it should be more diverse. It should be more opportunities given to all shades and not even just a certain race. Like it's just all crazy, and I feel like it shouldn't be like that.
A matter of fact, like when we speak of race and like what role they should be playing, if a darker woman does play an audition for a role, she'll usually come off as the bad person,
Yeah,
angry woman,
Yeah.
or a bad person. It'd probably be a maid, a thief, or anything like to make them seem like they are a bad person,
or
or that
lower.
or that person of their color are bad. And that's why, matter of fact, speaking of my own like experiences, many Hispanic, I'm not speaking of all, but many of them don't want to live in, I don't know, places where what we call the ghetto. They don't want to be in the ghetto. They don't want to live where other black people live because it's not quote unquote safe. They don't feel safe. So the whole thing about color and skin tone does come around in all types of communities, especially in my community. I am Dominican, so we have people of many different colors. We have light skins with blue eyes. We have dark skins, and with nappy hair, well, quote unquote nappy
I
hair.
mean,
What nappy
you
hair?
said dark skin. Well,
Like,
how
the
dark
darkest
is
you
it?
can be.
Well,
Like, the darkest you can be. And like me, growing up, I have curly hair. I'm brown skinned.
Yeah, speak on that, please.
So growing up, in my community at least, we are told to arregla cabello, which means fix your hair. I would go to my grandma's house, she'd be like, "What are you gonna do something with your hair?" And I'm like, "My hair's done." My mom would put my hair in pigtail, like, "My hair is done. What you mean?" Your mom not, but then the person though, she not gonna take me to the salon. I'm like, I don't know, like my hair is fine. So I remember on my first communion, my mom straightened my hair for the first time, and my hair was extremely, extremely long. And ever since, I just kept straightening it. She kept straightening it. My mom would just never stop. And so I took the stance and I said, no, my hair is beautiful. I love my curly hair, and I love who I am. So that day, October 2016, I cut all my hair off, and I started all over. And yes, I did straighten my hair again, but it's just preference. It's not because I don't love my hair, but it's just preference.
I have a question for you guys. So when we talk about beauty standards, although there is beauty standards for both men and women, the beauty standard is more imposed on women, I would say.
Right.
So as women, both you guys are girls, and you both are lighter tone girls. So would you say that growing up, do you think that beauty standard has been like beneficial to your I would say self-esteem because the beauty standard isn't light skinned women. The beauty standard actually is white women. That's really what it is. So would you say as black women, would you say that that has like how has that affected your self-esteem? How you view yourself?
Well, for me, I know that, most white people, they have, the smaller faces and, skinnier noses and all that. So, I mean, growing up, I never really focused on the fact that I was light skinned or whatever the case may be. To me, it was just like that, like, my nose is kind of big or,
And it's
no,
not
certain
even
things
big.
like, right.
If y'all can see, if y'all can see it, I'm telling you, her nose is not even big. That's what's crazy.
And it's like I used to get teased for it and all that. So that was like the self-esteem thing for me. I'm like, Dad, why my nose can't be like this? But as I got older, I learned to, just accept myself for what it is. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still cute. So it really don't matter. Like, it's like, and the same people that tease you for things that, you don't look like this certain type. So, the certain things that you insecure about, growing up, people may point them out. And then when you get older, it's like, oh well.
Well, at least in my, like I said, like in my community, we've been trained to look up to these like beauty standards of the white woman. And they're so obsessed with their proximity to whiteness that they want to look just like them. They even deny the fact that you're black. Like, when you just say something, Dominican is not a race, it's an ethnicity. So we are black. So but they don't even want to accept that. They're just like, no, you're Dominican, not black. And I'm like, what you mean? I'm Dominican, that's my ethnicity, but I am black. Like, I'm a black woman at the end of the day. I have all the features. I have everything that comes with a black woman. So you can't tell me that I'm not black. And people tell me, or even like people, like same black community tell me, you're not black because you speak Spanish. And I'm like, I'm still black.
Yeah,
But back to like the whole beauty thing, growing up, I mean, did I have problems with my self-esteem? Maybe more. I think it was more of when it came to my hair. I didn't never had a problem with my skin color or my features. Well, okay, my forehead, yeah, because I do have kind of big head. So that was one, but that's not nothing to do with that. But my hair was something that I always had a problem with, I guess you can say, especially after I straightened it and I saw like how I can look like a white woman and how I look like that. And I was like, I like this. Like, I actually like my hair being straight rather than curly. And I don't really like it like that. So has it affected my self-esteem? Yeah, it did. Because at one point I realized that that isn't me. That isn't me in my natural state. So I took a stand and I changed that. So yeah, it did affect my self-esteem.
Well, as a man, I would say, well, growing up, we grew up in like Chris Brown prime era, 05, 07, 2010, around there. Me being like, I would say I'm like light skin, brown skin, like lighter tone of brown skin. I would say that it actually benefited me as a boy. Like, all the girls were into Chris Brown, so me. I wouldn't say I look like Chris Brown at all. I would never say that.
Light skin.
But girls most definitely will always say, "Oh, you look like Chris Brown." They would just like me, and I'd be like, "All right." I don't know. It benefited me, but
I feel like the beauty standards now are kind of reversing in a way because now, if you notice, a lot of people, a lot of white people, not even just white people, women in general now, are getting the big butts. Back in the day, big butts was not it. Yes, if you was trying to model for Fashion Week or something like that, and you had a bigger bust or a bigger butt, you couldn't really do it because you were considered fat.
Yeah.
But now it's like you have people like the Kardashians and other people, they're getting butt implants, they're
lip implants.
Yep.
I ain't never said.
That have black men, to have mixed kids,
Yeah.
the features that they don't have that they want their kids to have. But it's like back in the day, they didn't like the physical features that we had because they were too black.
And speaking of mixed kids, like, I would say this: if you are a Caucasian person, okay, and you want a mixed child, just remember that that child may be mixed
and cute
with white, but they're still black,
right?
At the end of the day, and it's like if you don't have an appreciation for African Americans and just black people of color in general, you should make it your business to try to create one of those people of your own. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to try to go out and say, oh, I want a mixed baby, I'm gonna go sleep with this person so I can have a mixed kid with them. That's weird for one. It's very
That's
weird.
it. And
You know
then
what I'm
now,
saying?
you know, the grandparents, if a black woman is having a baby with a white man or a white man, you know, vice versa. Not everybody is okay with that. You know, certain people, you know, older people, they still are in that mindset, you know, of
They would think they're all race.
yeah. So it's
Uh-huh.
like you have to be mindful of that too, because you don't want your kids around people that don't even like that race. And it's like they low key hate the child for
Not
being mixed because they have black in them or whatever the case may be. And it's just like then that makes it weird for the child because it's like
Exactly.
then it's like, okay, so what am I? Like, why don't they appreciate me or love me or whatever the case may be? And that causes a whole other mental thing for the child. Like, it's really, you just have to really be mindful of the situation that you're getting yourself into.
Uh-huh. And you gotta understand that that child is gonna grow up a different person than you. Like if you're white or if you're whatever you are, like and you're raising a black child, that child is different from you. Like yes, we're all humans, but race is important. It's major, and it does affect our lives. We don't live in the same world. All of us, all three of us are. We're black. We don't live in the same world as white people. We don't live in the same world as anybody. Black people in general, we live in a completely different world. Like the things that we have to worry about when we wake up, other people don't have those problems. They really don't. Yes, all races get killed by the police. Yes, everybody deals with terrible things, but you know what I'm saying? But who's always getting the short end of the stick on
Right.
everything all over the globe? Anti-blackness is global.
Yeah.
No matter where we go, we're always the outcast. No matter what part of this entire planet we go to, we are seen as lesser. That's crazy. Even in our own homeland, Africa. You know what I'm saying? You got big Chinese government and big Western governments going into China, not China, my mistake, going into Africa and colonizing modern day. Pay attention to this, guys. Look into what countries are funding what. Because this is a lot of money going into Africa right now. Millions and billions of a lot of money going into Africa, and they're giving it to them in loans. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving these people loans they have to end up paying back, which creating a whole rack of debt for these African nations. Pay attention to it.
And slavery is still definitely going on.
Whoa, now it's here.
Definitely.
Man,
Y'all seen the videos of people being transported in buses and trucks and they're caged up?
immigration. You talking about immigration?
No, not even just immigration. It was like a load of African people.
African people. Wow.
And like,
And no one's
recent
saying
one was
anything.
Libya, right? Libya.
Oh yeah,
Libya.
yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
And this is
Crazy.
even the whole immigration thing, like that's kind of like modern day slavery, kind of at a certain point, because you're literally separating parents and the kids, separating them at the borderline.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. I see where you're going. It might be similar.
It's similar,
To-
but yeah,
to-
like, no,
yeah.
nothing to what happened in the past, of course, nothing really, like not even close. But it is kind of what's kind of going on, like history repeats itself.
It
Like,
does.
like that's just a fact, and it's like happening right now.
Right.
So when we come back, we are going to speak on what is clout and is it important? What's clout first of all? What's clout?
Mm-hmm. Well, bro, I mean, there's a definition. You know what I'm saying? Clout is having power or respect in some places, but it's turned into how many followers you have on social media.
Yeah,
It's
Talent
a-
versus popularity.
Right.
Mhm. So we'll be back shortly, guys. Stay tuned and listen to these
Listen to these.
sounds.
Oh, because you want like this one, but you meant like, okay, wrap it up.
Yeah, we got Protect Water playing, so I know it's cranking.
What?
Protect Water.
Oh.
This young thug and future. And then we gonna have an advertisement come in and Lil Wayne had love something. Yeah. Wow. So we have after this is our biggest break. So we come back at 11:08, and that is going to be so we come back in 8 minutes. This is an 8-minute break. So actually, yeah, it's going to be 8 minutes. We're gonna come back on at 11:08. So and after this, so we have We have 2 more talk sessions, y'all. So our next one we have to focus.
I
Good
thought
job.
we were doing current events and
Let's do that
like
last.
talk thing.
Let's do that because we have our last segment. Let's do our last segment at 11:39. Let's talk about any people watching this on live.
Wait, are you on live on your Instagram?
Oh no, I'm on. You can see how many the view count right there.
Where?
It says the two heads, like a 2 person.
It's only one person?
At first it was 5, like it was 5, 6. It's been
Oh,
going
they
between
trifling.
4, 5, and 6. But right now it's 1 person. But
I think it's wrong for little kid.
we'll make me soft. That's funny.
Hmm?
I said it made me soft. But y'all, so what do y'all want to talk about next? Because I feel like we've been on popularity for a break.
Oh, yeah, we need to go on that. Okay, let's just go on to like talent versus popularity.
Okay.
But not talk too much about popularity.
Okay, let's talk about talent.
Talent thing.
Okay.
And was it real talent? Was considered real talent? SoundCloud rappers. Yeah. And why people starting to are famous now, or quote unquote famous.
Marie,
What?
what you guys say? What you think?
Oh, then you said like more followers support for music, one followers. That's pressing. Huh? Let me see if this is working.
Yeah.
What's play right there?
Petite water.
Okay, let's see.
I say petite padded water.
It says Remy Ma, dog.
Y'all, somebody said something.
What?
They said hi.
Hi. Hey.
They said hi. What's up? That's hilarious, yo.
There's 2 lines.
That's funny. We had some fun. We're gonna be back on in 5 minutes. Whole T, we still on YouTube Live, so we can still have a conversation. Like,
Yeah. But they don't, like, this would be nice for people who actually talk to us. There's 2 people in here. So line up. How do we get to our thing?
Gringo told us, he said, I play FIFA 19 now. That is amazing. Playing FIFA 19, that's great. I don't play video games no more. Yeah, we have an actual person on there. We have a person on there saying something. They said, hi, I play FIFA 19 now.
That's so cool. I don't even know how to play video games.
Yeah. Follow us if you're watching, follow us on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram.
Official, I will.
I will squirrel go for you guys. Aww, that is so sweet.
Y'all, this person actually talking to us. That's crazy.
You know where they from?
That's crazy. We on the radio, oh. We on the radio, oh. We on the radio, hey.
Bro. How can they hear us though?
Right now, they can still
It's
hear us.
literally running ball playing.
They can still hear us.
I don't know.
I'm about to say, what? We got how to look. No. I'm holding.
How long is that?
We got about we have 4 more minutes before we go on. Y'all, next week about to be lit, bro. Next week we about to crush them next week. On God, next week we gonna crush them.
I wrote a song yesterday. Let's hear it.
Hear what?
He said I wrote a song.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I cannot hear us. This is so annoying. That's the what song?
No, this ain't it, man. That is not it.
Did you press record over there?
I pressed that.
Oh, no.
We on right now?
Mm-hmm. No, like not on YouTube on the.
No, we're not.
Oh,
I was like, oh my cursing and all that. That's crazy. Let me get my stuff together. How many minutes is that? I'm tired.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah, like
we almost there, y'all. We got like a little bit more time.
How many more talking sessions do we have?
Wait, we still gotta find out why we choose.
Are we still going on?
Yeah, we gotta do that every week. Look up why.
I think we should do DSU because of Sasha. Our coach, check out Sasha. DSU.
And because they won, they banned him. Yes, yeah, I think it was him.
So shout out, and shout out to Ben too. I called
Yeah,
the
I mean, like,
song
shout out
Crying in
to
the
my
Rain.
man. I should shout out my best friend. Like, no.
We could do shout out to a lot. Shout out to myself, straight like that. Shout out to me. The rest of my team is myself.
He said I called the song Crying in the Rain.
Can you stand the rain? I can't sing, guys.
I should have went on live mode. But I can't get on live and try to read.
What was I saying?
How many minutes we got?
Yeah, I don't know how this shit works.
We literally have like a minute and no, we have 2 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about talent versus popularity. So what's really talent and what's not, and then like how like their popularity can determine if you really have talent. Just because you have a lot of followers, people think you have
Why
talent.
y'all tell me to fix my phone?
What happened? What's the side?
Mo, look at this.
It was fine.
Oh my god, I'm not getting on live like that.
And so how many talking sessions do we have left? Two.
2.
So this one's gonna be like wrap it up, and then the next one's gonna be current events, the pep
We're not
talk.
going to wrap it up now. We're going to wrap it up at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a life though.
But I'm not saying the last session isn't that the one like ABCU today, current events, and then a
The
pep
last
talk.
session goes from 11:40 to 12 o'clock. We have 20 minutes to talk.
So do that one that is live.
Okay.
So I use live from 11:40 to 12 o'clock. We're gonna talk about current events, ABCU of the week.
Yeah, so we can
Our
talk
pep
about
talk.
Cabana Ho.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Brett Kavanaugh.
Cabana Ho.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I really don't know his name. It's not even to be funny.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Look at my hand signals.
So who welcome him back?
I don't know what this means.
What do y'all
Emily,
welcome?
welcome us back. Emily, you do it real good. Like, I can imagine I'm burnt out.
Tell me when it's like 5 seconds.
10 seconds, yeah. This means
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay, we started
3
off from
minutes.
where?
Listen, y'all.
What
Look
is
at this.
cloud?
Oh, let me turn the mic on. Okay, we're on.
Alright, so now we're gonna talk about what is clout? Quote unquote clout. Give me a definition, y'all. Like, what's clout?
Cloud to me is basically a huge amount of influence that you have, not necessarily just on people in general, because cloud people don't follow, everybody don't follow you or whatever case may be for the same reason. So it's just like a huge amount of influence that you as a person have on a community or a nation or you worldwide, like celebrities and stuff. Like that impact that you have is really big to the point where you have hundreds of thousands and millions of people that either hate on you or look up to you.
Okay.
Well, I would say nowadays the definition of cloud has changed because it's actually a word and it does have a real definition.
Yeah.
Cloud just means having a certain amount of respect or power in a certain place or on a certain topic or something like that. But nowadays, cloud is all about an image. That's really what it is. Cloud is just your image. It's your
Right.
image of an image of cloud, an image of popularity, an image of, let's say, a follower. You know what I'm saying? So somebody with, you could have 30,000 fake followers on Instagram, 20,000 fake followers on Twitter, and people would think you have clout. And what's crazy is you could never leave your room. You could be in the house every single day of the week. But if you on social media with them 20,000 fake followers, then all of a sudden, hey, he's so cool. Everybody wants to be your friend. It's weird.
So that kind of ties to like clout. Does it determine like talent versus popularity? You have talent, but then you also have popularity. So like how does that really tie? Like you have people that have like 10K plus followers just because they look good. Then you have an actual artist that's making bomb music, some spitting bars, but have like 300 followers. So that's where like the whole talent and popularity comes into that.
I know, my lady. You feel strongly on this topic. I know we.
I mean, I just feel as though the whole talent versus popularity thing, I feel like I'm passionate about it because talent is, it's a really good thing. Like you have people that really take pride and really are passionate about their work, and then you have people who are just doing it just because it's something to do, and it's something that makes you money. If you do have, a huge, you don't even have, for example, you don't even have to have, a lot of, well, you do have to have a lot of followers, but I'm saying like you don't have to have a lot of talent to get by nowadays. You can literally put anything together, and because you have a huge following, and because you might be a hype person, or because you might be a turned up person, people are going to be quote unquote interested just because of that reason. Not even necessarily off the music or whatever the case may be, whatever you're doing. It's just like, they don't really have that talent, but because of, how they portray it and because of how, they go about it, it's like it gives them the same amount or even more recognition than somebody that's really doing this like day and night, really doing whatever it is that they really like to do. And it's just, I know it's irritating to them because it's like, dad, I'm really putting in work, and it's like people not putting in work now.
So I would say honestly, like y'all know I'm an up and coming rapper. Like I just started dropping music. Like about a month ago, I dropped my first song. One thing I would never do is pay for my success. I refuse to pay money.
They should be paying you.
Exactly. My music. I'm not going to pay people to promote my stuff. I'm not going to pay Instagram to repost my picture 10 times. I'm not going to pay Twitter to promote my stuff.
Right.
And it's only because, like, yeah, it does cost money to make money. That is true. You got to spend something to make something.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spend it on fake support. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times, but it's working. You know what I'm saying? For some people, it actually is working. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I'm just saying. Because I done seen somebody who had 20K followers, man, when it's time for them to drop a song, it's getting no play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could peep it.
But now, right, that 20K fake followers, right? Every time you click that person's page, they got 20K followers, right? And they follow like 100 people. That's a good little ratio. You think like, oh dang, they must be actually good. If everybody's rocking with them, they must be good. So it's like talent versus popularity. It's really like to have talent, you don't have to be popular. But if you faking your popularity, real popularity comes after that.
Yeah.
So the people with talent who want to do it, who want to actually make it off of who they are and what they're saying, they're getting shorted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like you either gotta get with the program or get lost.
I feel like it's 50-50 on that because it's like, yeah, but at the same time, you have people that started way before this whole, social media thing even started, and they still,
Like who?
sorry, Nicki, Beyonce, Rihanna, you know, it's a lot of people that started really before the social media thing really got big. When Instagram was just, you know, just this little thing that you got on sometimes and not really got on for real or didn't get on it at all.
That's not your 9 to 5.
Yeah, it was just like, and they still, you know, worked hard and passionately and believed in themselves and still did what they wanted to do and look where they are today. Legends, Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
like people. I'm just saying, like that's you know what you're saying is that's true, but at the same time, it's like it shouldn't even be like that because if you really you know trying to work hard to get where you're trying to be, that's gonna come. If it's meant for you, it's gonna come regardless.
Yeah.
And then some people, you know, the people that do pay for their, you know, support and things like that, it's like, yeah, it's cool right now. You have these quote unquote people that like you right now, but in the long run, who's gonna be listening to you?
Right. Right.
And if you're not legendary, then you really not gonna be listened to. So it's like it really is how you go about it, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
My thing is, like me and my best friend, we do a lot of photo shoots and stuff. Like I want to be a stylist, she wants to be a model. We've been doing this, who knows how long now, and I promise you, we don't even like have a good 1,000 like people supporting us, like genuinely supporting us. But then, like, I'm not even trying to compare my success or my journey to anyone else's.
Right.
But it's more like, damn, like you don't even do nothing. You got all these people like trying to get with you, trying to work with you, but you don't even really do nothing.
Right.
And like my best friend, like she's a very, very pretty girl, and she definitely has the potential of being a model one day. And I remember like she tried to email this one company that she wanted to model for, and they took forever to reply back to her. Still haven't replied back to her, and it's all because of her following. They're like basically like you don't have enough followings, you don't have enough followers, so it's like why am I putting you on my page? You're not bringing me any type of money, so I don't need you on my page. Mind you, my best friend has talent. She can walk on the runway. She's not a Instagram fashion model. She can walk on the runway, and she actually has potential unlike other girls that are just pretty in the camera.
Just because.
Yeah, and
They
they
got
get
a
Something
little
to do. It's a trend.
yeah, and they get booked like this to go do a shoot for E or anything local or even national. Like girls are out here doing photo shoots for other guys, whatever, for brands, and they don't probably even know how to walk. Like
Right.
people were talking about that too, like how like Kendall Jenner and like young like models don't really know how to walk.
They
Unlike
just
the,
have the fame.
yeah,
Yes.
right, and the face for it, which is like sad. Like there's a lot of people out here with real talent that are waiting to show what they have, what they're capable of, and don't ever get a chance because other people are like blocking their way. But
guys, at the same time, life is what you make it.
Definitely.
So it's like when we sit here on our show and we're identifying what is and what isn't, you know what I'm saying? But we can either profit off of it or we can fall victim to it.
Right.
And all of us, we're all trying to come up, and we're all trying to come up in this social field. So it's like we're either going to use social media as our benefit, or we can just use social media as what? Like, what's the alternative to using it for a benefit, using it for fun? I feel like when it's in this industry, when it comes to social and entertainment, you have to use what's popular because that's the only way that you're going to get a crowd.
Right.
And it's crazy and it's weird because it's all fake and made up or whatever. But that's the way people are making it out nowadays.
Right.
So, and when we speak on acts like the older acts like Rihanna and Michael Jackson and stuff, they came up in a different time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dang, I wish it was still that time period where you could actually just come up with actual raw talent.
real talent. That's why
You know
now
what
we
I'm saying?
have mumble rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all about the beat. It's all about the beat.
And not everybody trap for real. So I don't understand why that's even. I don't understand why that's always, you know, talked about. I feel like it's a lot of things to be talked
Because
about.
of Gucci Mane, the honorable Gucci Mane.
But really, Gucci Mane was really doing it though.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna rap about that stuff,
Mhm.
really be doing it. So then it's like you have the credibility to really be talking about what you're talking about.
Man, I got some songs that I can't even put out.
You
Only
know,
because the thing is, I wasn't blind in the rap. but I may have exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? I may have exaggerated or put it in a certain way to make it seem bigger than what it is. And it's like, because I'm so big on keeping it 100 and being real, you know what I'm saying? I can't even put it out. My friends like, Rain, drop this song, it's so good. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna put it out.
They're like, just do it like for people. Like,
Yeah,
they want to hear
that's
that.
the thing. Like, yeah, it might bring me some popularity, but at the same time, oh, it's me.
Oh, but that's how you know.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh,
Oh, it's me. But it's just like this hyper version of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know if I really want people hearing that or seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. But it's just like at the same time, when you're trying to come up, you either have to get with the program or you're going to get lost.
Right.
And if I'm not putting out these songs that may hyper truth, you know what I'm saying, just be a little bit extra exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? You have to exaggerate. You think rappers don't really tell the truth. I'm a big fan of Gucci. I don't believe every single lyric in all of his songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like when it comes to music, it's storytelling. And everything we watch on TV, the shows we watch, it's all written, scripted, and directed by somebody. It's all entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like we practiced what we were gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Before we came on air, we got something together of what we was gonna do. Everything is kind of like scripted, and it's like when it's for entertainment purposes, you have to have like some type of
Set format.
yeah, or you know what I'm saying, or some image to uphold, because that's what's keeping you afloat. That image is keeping you afloat. So of course, if you get rich or something, you're not still doing the same trap moves that you've been doing, but
If you are, you know, in low key, so they
Yeah.
can, you know, trace that back to you. Right.
if that's the image you came up off of, you have to keep it that way.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know, you just gotta yeah, you either gonna you gotta just use what you got. I don't know how to explain it. You just gotta use what you got though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like rappers and stuff. Like you hear a lot of the you know, you hear like kind of the same beat, same ad libs and stuff, because that's what's popping. That's what people really want to hear. Like we were discussing in the car yesterday. Like, you know, you want to come up, but you want to be lyrical. Like you have the capability of making lyrical music. But right now, what people want to hear is the whole like
They want
hardcore
that crank. They want that crank.
They can crank to, not something that you just I have to listen to every single word to understand what they're saying, because it's not like I'm singing along. I'm just hearing the music.
Yeah, so music is changing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, while music is changing, well, I have a question actually. Do y'all think the rate that music is going, and would y'all say this is affecting social media too?
Wait.
In a sense of what? Like, what you mean? Like,
in a sense of like, so you like we say talent versus popularity.
right.
So these people don't actually have much talent, but they making music that sounds good because it has that crank to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they have 100,000 supporters and 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? They getting all these likes. So it's like on social media, everybody seems to like them. So it's something about it that's going to make people want to click it. Like, okay, everybody loves it, I'm going to go click that. I'm going to go listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to it. I'm gonna go click on it and then see what it's about. Yeah.
And it's like we on social media. I'm trying to tell you, we used to clown J. Cole before he dropped his which song was that? Which album was that?
The last one that just came out.
The one after Born Center, Forest Hills Drive. When he dropped Forest Hills Drive, man, Twitter was clowning J. Cole. They like, ha ha, and they was even clowning the fans of him. They like, dog, I'm not finna take you seriously. You listen to J. Cole. And J. Cole is fire.
Like, it's really good
Yeah,
music.
real good music.
And it's all the truth, like things that he's been through.
But on social media, we casted that lyrical, make sense music as lame.
Right.
So now all we listening to is the same repeated licks, the same repeated drugs, the same repeated everything.
Right.
Every rapper's in the same. You know what I'm saying? Every rapper got the same gun, the same Glock, the same 7.62, the same bullets. They got the same everything, all because of social media. Running off with a plug. First of all, I'm gonna say this to the rappers: when y'all putting everything that you do into music, you giving away your moves, man.
Right.
Like me, when I'm doing my music, I'm gonna say straight up, I am not giving away my secrets. I'm not gonna tell y'all how I'm getting my money because then it's I'm at competition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to put y'all on game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially the ones that's low key hating.
Mhm.
That's exactly what's going on.
But-
They're gonna be the first ones.
But that's the thing. So like, what? It's crazy because it's like a cycle. Like everything just leads to the next
Yeah.
thing and it goes back. It's crazy because the social media has become so crazy that it's like it's bad, but it has these great impacts at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because people are really coming up and becoming successful through social media.
Yeah, like I have a friend of mine, like he was the Frostberg, and he's currently like a rapper right now. And I can tell you, like he has some really good music. His bars are on point, like rhyming, like it's all really good music. But it's just also lyrical that people don't really listen to. It's not crank that you can maybe put on when you go to this party, to this kickback. You can't really play that because like all these, why you playing all this deep stuff? Like, come on, play some real cute fool. Like Shabazz, some lit that I can jump to, and that's really what people are more concerned with. So now that we've been talking about that, I might even tell them like, come on, just throw like a couple, 1 or 2 tracks, and you just screaming or mumbling or something.
That's what people want to hear. They wanted that rowdy. They wanted that rah.
Right. And then the beat is a really big thing. Like the beat makes the song what it is nowadays.
Like I don't even have to listen to the lyric. Like if you're
Right,
right,
the
the
beat
good. If I could dance, if I could shake some.
And while we're on the topic, we need to. I'm gonna throw that out there. Producers deserve more credit.
Definitely.
And I'm gonna do a major shout out to my producer Westy and my producer Full Plus, man. The best producers in the DMV, man. The best producers. I'm telling y'all. I just had to throw that out there.
Speaking of D&B music,
Ah.
how do y'all feel about the whole, people saying the DMV is starting to copy Atlanta Flow, badly.
Oh,
did
yeah.
y'all see
I don't
the
even know who that
video?
is.
Yeah, I
I
saw
don't
that.
know who that is. I did see that little rat, the rat who was talking.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it was so crazy because she's from Atlanta, she came here, she was saying originally how, the DMV, our rappers go hard, Atlanta rappers, they
She
don't
was
really
making
go as
music with
hard.
our rappers.
Yeah, she came here, she was like, really trying to, network, quote unquote, with DMV rappers, kind of was, using flows a little bit. And then she went back to Atlanta, and now she's saying that the DMV is trying to be like
Throwing dirt
Atlanta.
on us.
And don't nobody want to be like Atlanta. I love Atlanta.
But you see, one thing is about that.
I'm from DC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, okay, I understand the whole still in the flow type thing. But the reason why Atlanta rappers come up so quickly is the way they support each other.
Definitely.
They collab, they do all these things, trying to bring each other up. In the DMV, like, to be
If you
honest,
up-
I'm so sorry, but if in the DMV, it is so hard for you to come up. There's so much competition, so much trying to be better than the next person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really keep up with the whole DMV trap stuff, but like, I know there's been beef. I mean, who has beef? I mean, does anyone have beef in like the
Little dude beefing with Cuticule.
like, yeah, stuff like that. Like, why y'all beefing?
Stuff
Y'all
like
from
that.
around the same area. Well, Largo, I don't even know.
Maryland.
Maryland. Y'all all in the same area and
Maryland.
beefing?
We
Like,
went to the
why?
same schools. We used to be in the same games.
Exactly. And y'all now beefing. But y'all both rappers. Why don't y'all come together, collab on a song? Probably that
And
song.
shut everybody up.
Yeah, like, why is it so much? Then I think that's the problem. Like, in the DMV, it's so hard for
Nobody
certain
wants to
people
see
to
somebody eat.
Exactly. Or
that's
just
true.
tell me envious. Or she got this. Let me hop on that wave so I can be better than her.
Right.
Why don't we try to uplift each other? And that's the thing with Atlanta rappers. They all try to work with each other, trying to uplift each other. That's why there's so many Atlanta rappers in the game already.
Yes. Because,
Like,
before Lil Baby came out, Young Thug and Gucci, they was definitely like, shouting him out a lot. Because, he had just got out of jail. And then now look at him, he's up. Like,
Exactly.
they really like, it's like a support system, a step support system. Like somebody's at the top, they pull in the next person like up with them. I feel like it should always be like that, but it's not like that here. And that is exactly why it's only like 2 or 3 rappers
Like,
Shy Glizzy, Rico Nasty,
that's really
and
big.
Cuda Fool. Cuda Fool just got
Fat
signed
Trail.
to Fat Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Cuda Fool just got signed to Rock Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's only a few DMV rappers that's up right now.
And they have the
But
time, they
what-
don't even want to represent their own
Whole
city.
team, we don't give credit to a lot of DMV artists though, because there's a lot of DMV artists who is up. Wale is famous.
Yeah.
Wale is an A-list celebrity.
Brent Fair.
Brent
Oh,
Fayez.
yeah. He's
You know what I'm
from there,
saying?
too.
We got Chaz French. You got Gold Link. He from the DMV. You got Gleesh. Gleesh is major. You know what I'm saying? Like Gleesh is performing at these headlining these big festivals. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like we're not getting Logic for another person.
He's from-
Logic.
he's from-
Logic
he's
is
from
from the
Virginia.
DMV. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of artists who are actually from the DMV who are making good music, but that we don't even give respect to, all because we feel like they left the DMV scene and they became bigger. So it's like, oh,
So like they don't even mess with us like that.
Yeah.
So why would we really, show love to them? But it shouldn't even be
it
like
should not
that.
be. It should. It should.
We should always support our people.
That's the only way that we can continue to grow. Like, there ain't a lot of DMV, even artists in general, in the industry at all. Most of the people come from California, Georgia, New York. Other than that,
New York. Mm-hmm.
other than that, like, when do you ever hear somebody, yeah, I'm from Maryland, or I'm from, no, you don't hear that.
Yeah, that's very
You
rare.
don't hear that.
Very rare. Or Texas. They come from Texas. They all. And it's because down there they're all working together. People work together. But one thing I would say is though, the artists in the DMV, we do work together though. We do still have artists who are linking up on tracks and doing joint mixtapes. Like Fat Trail and P Wild, they got a joint mixtape. You know what I'm saying? They got a collab tape. The thing is though, people just aren't paying attention. The DMV is working, but people aren't paying attention. That's the thing. And I feel like one reason people aren't paying attention is because of this crowd/herd mentality that we operate on. We only focus on what's popular. Like for example, I would say around this time last year, this artist, I don't know what his name is, Kunu or something like that. He came up around this time. Everybody was watching him. Now I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
You know what I'm saying? I have no idea where he's at.
Right.
And that's only because in the DMV we only focus on what everybody else lives for at the moment. Like we don't really stay true to our artists. Like for example, Big Flop went live. I want to hear more people screaming "Free Big Flop." I hear more
Then
people
free Lamar.
saying "Free Big Flop." Hey, straight like that. WMSK said it. Free Big Flop, man.
Yeah, like once they out, like you're not really like once people like, all right, like you had your 5 minutes, 15 minutes of fame, all right, you done, you don't see no more. That's the problem. Rico Nasty on the other hand, like people keep listening to her. She's becoming
She consistent.
International.
International,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was in Asia, yeah.
She was in China.
Exactly. And now people are
International.
listening to her more. People used to not like her at all. Yeah. People like, no, she's champ, no, she's this, she's that. But now that she's really popping,
Major.
people
Now
are
everybody
listening
is
to
like,
her.
oh, okay.
That's my, yeah, no.
Like you wasn't even
Yeah.
with this like that.
That's why people don't like Valley Baby now. Oh, you don't like her because Rico Nasty don't like her. And okay, that's like, staying true to
I still don't know who you're talking about.
you.
I mean, I think I saw a video of I think I saw a video of this worm looking boy
Oh
thing
Lord.
on Twitter talking some shit about DMV, but we ain't paying much attention.
Yeah.
But man, when we come back, we're gonna be discussing some current events, what's going on in the world, our opinions on the raw table,
And give y'all some pep talk, I
motivation.
think every Saturday is the end of the week and we need to, reflect. So we'll be right back.
See you guys.
Wait, did she say we're not supposed to be right back? Did you say I'm not supposed to say that?
No,
Just don't
we
say
say
break.
break.
Oh, great, okay.
We gotta read the comments. A lot of people saying
Okay,
that.
she said, it's so cute, y'all are doing great, oh my god.
Thank you, Sophie Stewart. You the best.
Okay, this dude is really, well, WMSK on my said we love y'all. The dude said social media can be good, but also be bad. We are worrying too much about stuff we can't worry about and stuff we cannot change. That's true. I scored a goal.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you,
We are
Janet.
a team. Subscribe to you guys. Keep up the good work. Life is like chess. Every move you make could change the game. Do you guys like Joyner Lucas?
I don't know who that
Who
is.
is that comment? What's the name?
That's our biggest fan, Janet. Shout out to Janet.
Yes,
Shout out to Janet. Everybody go scream his new song, Crying in the Rain. It's out on SoundCloud, Spotify, and all music platforms.
Everything will get better. Something I have learned.
Man,
I'm just kidding.
we have 3 minutes,
Oh, shit.
and then we have we're gonna come back in at 11:39, so that's in 5 minutes.
Okay, and then we talk
That's our
about
final
like
one.
each one of our motivational. Okay.
Okay, make sure
Final
get
quote,
something to
and then
motivate people
we'll
right
go.
now, y'all.
Oh, we talk about. Wait, are we going to the current events too? When are we going to the current events?
This is our last segment. So current
Yeah.
events. We're gonna
And
do
motivation.
current events, motivation, motivate through our conversation and current events. We can do
And ABC of the week.
HBC of the week, and
And
that's
then
gonna
closing.
be you. You saying that.
I mean,
Yes,
You,
you
no,
already have it.
after we talked about the Trump thing, you could be like, enough of that, enough of that. The
Yeah,
Republicans, let's talk about the black people, and then, yeah, it's
and then we're gonna be talking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's gonna be like a 20-minute period.
okay. And then, are there gonna be quotes for your motivational speaker, or are you just gonna talk off the?
All of us are gonna do motivation. We're just gonna.
No, I'm saying, but like, are you taking your own quote, or like your own? Or are we all gonna be talking about the same motivational thing?
I thought we were talking about our personal.
Yeah, our personal words of motivation,
Okay.
our personal words of encouragement.
Okay.
Let's call that. So we can say, so next time before we go on this last we're not even our mics aren't before we go on this last break, we can say so when we come back we're gonna have our segment called the Raw Table. Yeah.
Wait, what?
We've been doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing good. Yeah. Our next one will be even better.
Oh no, he's the only one in here. That's somebody else.
Who's Safi?
Yeah. Something soft in there.
Safi probably still in.
Click on it. You can't click on it?
I'm not clicking it. I'm scared. We're gonna click
No,
it.
click on the people up there. You can click on it.
Because some people might be watching without a YouTube account.
Bitch.
What?
My friend is like, I keep staring at her ponytail. Yeah, because I'm.
Because Malaysia gonna say so.
Yeah.
Come on, ponytail.
Y'all want to?
No, she said it like, she kept saying my ponytail. It's my head to the back.
I was just saying, yes, I want to do that.
I think that why the camera should be weird.
Oh, that's right in front of you.
Yeah, like, it's all what about to say? There's 3 people
How
in
many
here.
seconds? We
If
got
I think it's like 50
We got-
seconds? Okay, so
And we have
current
an
events,
advertisement. It's gonna be an
and then you're gonna be
advertisement.
like, okay, enough of that. I'm gonna present you guys with the receiving. And then we can start with the.
Let's do a Google song.
So which one we starting off with first?
It's the teenage truth. Home don't
Which one
frogs. What?
Motivations or the current event?
Current events first.
Okay.
You gonna start off?
Yeah, people know.
Okay.
We fucking don't for what you know. I DM'd y'all all them front events. You was not related.
No, I was with them, but I don't really understand this
Oh,
stuff.
check it DM.
Oh, 0 seconds.
No, we have it's a commercial coming.
I was about to say. Whew. Okay, so who's Brett Kavanaugh? That's not how you spell his name.
I know it's not.
That's a K. I said Kavanaugh.
That's what it sounds like.
Brett Kavanaugh. Never change. Never lose hope.
Never let you change.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
I'm not gonna
30 seconds.
because I don't care about
30 seconds.
I'm not sure.
And you know what? Our current event we talking about. It's gonna be about. We're gonna have to talk about sexual harassment. That's what Brett Kavanaugh's whole thing is about. It's about sexual harassment. We're going back on in 10 seconds. We're going back in 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
You starting it.
3 seconds.
Current events.
And all
Welcome
right,
back.
hey guys,
Hey.
we're here. All right, so we're
gonna start this last segment, and we're gonna be discussing some current events. And one of the major things that's going on in the world is our new Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh.
I don't even know.
Brett Kavanaugh. You know that.
Kavanaugh.
But one thing that we must value as important is politics, guys.
Yes.
We have to start getting involved because I just registered to vote like 2 months ago. Not even 2 months ago, really it was like a month ago. But I registered to vote. Personally, I was always like, oh, what's the point of voting? Because they're controlling it. The white man is doing it.
Right.
They decide everything. But this Supreme Court nominee is currently being questioned and all that investigation stuff because of some old allegations. And the allegations are sexual assault. And this is the person who's apparently supposed to be a Supreme Court justice
Right.
for the rest of his life, or until the point where he doesn't want to do anything.
He's
So
gonna
for the-
decide stuff for the rest of our life.
Exactly, and these Supreme Court decisions, guys, don't forget these Supreme Court decisions are major. Like
Right.
these Supreme Court decisions that they make today will affect our grandchildren in 60 years.
Right.
The decisions that the Supreme Court made in the 50s, for example, Brown versus Board of Education, that is literally the doctrine that allows us to go to school
Right.
together.
Altogether.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that happened years ago, and that still is in place. So everything that the Supreme Court does decides our future. And it's really sick, guys, because you got this dude who was elected, not elected, who was nominated by the Cheeto in office to go ahead and speak and represent the country and in the Supreme Court,
Right.
the highest court of the land.
Right. Even Chill itself, like we got a system full of these type of people, and
Right.
we're not even as a youth, not even paying attention.
Exactly. And it's really sad because it's like, it makes you think, like, okay, so when there are rape cases or sexual assault cases that are, really taken far because of whatever is going on, it's like, what if he is elected, then what is his, really
His
gonna
side,
be?
yeah.
Yeah, because if he, did these things before, then he's gonna be like, oh, well, they should have some risk. Look at me. I did this, that, and the third back in my day, and I got away with it. So,
They're fine.
yeah,
Which is never okay.
which is
Never
never
okay.
okay.
Never
And it's
okay.
just like, it just makes you really think, like, what is going on with the system nowadays? Because a lot of people that are, sexual assaulters or,
Mhm.
molesters or rapists, whatever the case may be, it's just like they're getting away with these things. And, rape and sexual assault, it's really been, a topic for a really long time. It's been going on for a really long time. And it's really important if you have people like this doing these things
Mhm.
and they're elected or nominated for president or Supreme Court, whatever the case may be. It's just like, what is that telling the youth and people
Exactly.
growing up? It's just like, is this okay? And it's not.
Even the
It's-
president himself
Yes.
has a history with
Stuff like that.
assault. The president. Now that president position was, I used to want to be the president. In elementary school, I used to want to be the president. Like my dream job was to be the president. I didn't want to be a doctor or a
Right.
lawyer. I wanted to be the person in charge of the whole country. Now it's like, who wants to be president now?
Right.
That position has just become so
This
ew.
country is so
Right.
sick.
The rep is not even up there no
Yeah.
more. It's just like, it's just a title now that anybody, I feel like now anybody
Mhm.
can be president because you can say, he says anything out his mouth, disrespectful to different races, disrespectful to, people
just trifling.
and
Just trifling.
women especially. I feel like, I don't know, it's just really crazy.
But this shouldn't also discourage us, the youth in particular, to make a change. Like, I feel like we are a very, very, very open-minded generation. Like,
Right.
we are down to any idea that sounds good that will benefit anyone. So we can't be discouraged from all these old white men to dominate us or, put in place these laws or people that just aren't going to do any good for us. So us as a youth, we have to really stay encouraged and also stay
Mhm.
in the conversation. We need to plug in and also speak on it and also learn about it and take action because we cannot us as a generation, we're gonna grow with these people, so we need to start learning about these things and taking action so we can actually make some change.
Right. But enough about, enough about Trump and these Republicans, Let's talk about Lil Wayne.
Man,
Making
Lil
an
Wayne.
album after 7
Oh, yeah,
years.
man.
How do y'all like the album?
My favorite song is Dedicate. It cranks.
I like Dark Side of the Moon.
Featuring Nicki Minaj. Of course you like it. Of course.
I am not biased.
Of
It's just a
course.
really nice song. I think you guys should really listen to it. If you haven't already.
Lil Wayne was one of the original reasons that I wanted to start making music when I was a little kid. Like listening to Lil Wayne, he really inspired me to make
Definitely. He
music.
really goes hard.
And the thing is, a lot of these new people, they ain't even showing respect. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Like, you said, what rapper was it? It was a rapper who was saying something about the new album. What was that about?
Yeah, I was on Instagram, of course, and I was looking at Young Thug's Instagram story, and he was saying how he's quote unquote a big, Lil Wayne fan, but he still feels like Lil Baby and Gunna had a better album or mixtape than Lil Wayne did. Mind you, these are people that don't really push their pen. They're new. They don't, not necessarily because they're new, that don't mean, they don't deserve their credit.
Exactly.
But it's still like, you can't compare a GOAT to, a new.
Yeah. And it's like they're not even in the same lane
At all.
Lil Wayne is making music that not only is it head bobber music, but it's actually like, damn, this makes sense.
That's a balance.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot
He
of
said
artists
things
lack.
you don't think about.
yeah,
bro.
his wordplay ridiculous,
Ridiculous.
I would
ridiculous
never think
wordplay.
about the stuff you be saying.
man.
Real
Try to
G's
see.
moving silence like lasagna.
We will never. This generation will never get over that bar. That was one of the toughest bars this generation's
We
ever
had to think
heard.
about it like, wow. Lasagna, you can't really hear the G.
You
in there.
can't hear the G in lasagna.
Like,
Lasagna.
that's crazy.
Lasagna. Oh, is it
You know lasagna spelled with a G. Lasagna. It just spelled like lasagna.
lasagna? Oh, shoot. I didn't
Real
even think
G's
that.
moving silent like lasagna. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. That is all over my head.
You just figured you ain't.
No.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And that's just one. So imagine what else he's saying.
Man, that man. As soon as I hear that lighter flick, I know it's about to be war. It's about to go crazy.
Yes.
All his projects
Oh,
fire.
studio blow up.
I'm telling you, but still, and it's like I just think that new artists should always pay respect. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
So for Thug to make the comment that he made, I mean, of course, he just giving his opinion.
And that's
But-
okay.
Don't try to compare.
Exactly.
Don't compare, but don't compete.
Did you?
Definitely that.
Did y'all see the beef about Eminem and what's that? Who he beefing with now?
And Machine Gun Kelly.
Is he like a white rapper or something?
Yeah.
Who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who is that?
And it's so crazy because I didn't even know Machine Gun Kelly was really like
A fan.
doing it.
You know what I'm
like,
saying? Who is he?
I don't
I
even
never
know
heard
what
a
he
song
looks
from
like.
him.
I've never heard a song from Machine
So I'm
Gun
just like,
Kelly.
and you coming for Eminem?
A legend.
Eminem?
Wow.
Eminem, the first white. Eminem, the only white rapper that's
That-
really getting respect.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you gonna diss him? And don't-
Right. The culture is not even messing with you like that. You gotta ease your way in there first before you can even try to disrespect a
Yeah.
rap god.
Yeah, but it's like, but I ain't gonna hold you. That Machine Gun Kelly diss was alright. It was fire.
I didn't even
This-
hear it.
Man,
I
the
heard
diss
some of
that
it.
he dropped, if I ain't gonna lie, it was fire.
But it wasn't better than Kill Shot though.
I haven't even listened to Killshot yet.
That's crazy. You gotta
Wow.
know.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Well,
Hey.
speaking of respect, Malaysia's gonna present our HBCU of the week. Basically, every Saturday, we're gonna be giving a shout out to any HBCU of anything they've done in the week, any achievements, anything like that they deserve a shout out. So, what's our HBCU of the week?
Yes, our HBCU of the week is Delaware State University. Yes, they've given iPads to all their students, just to make sure that they can, go through their college experience with the technology that they need to, progress.
No excuses.
Their band is taking over. Their band is really doing good. And their school gave $50,000 to students. $50,000.
No child left behind.
Yes, no child left behind. Really taking the education of their students seriously to the point where not only are they giving back to the students, they're also making sure they have what they need to continue their education, which is awesome.
Because
And-
not everyone is, privileged or have the money or the resources to get what others have to
Right.
succeed.
And a major shout out to our radio coach Tasha, a Delaware State alumni.
Yes.
Thank you for getting us ready and prepared for our first show this Saturday. It's
Shout out to
been
you.
fun. It's been lit. Shout out Tasha.
Yeah. And I also feel like we all deserve our recognition because we all have things going on. I feel like, you know,
We set them aside to sit here and speak to everyone.
yes, I feel, you know, you have your modeling going on and, you know, styling, you know, I feel like, talk about that. I want to hear more about it.
So, basically, me and my best friend, she wants to be a model, like I said earlier, and I want to be a stylist. So basically, we just help each other. I usually send her something where she can buy it. We try to rent clothes out, and we create these photo shoots. And we just kind of got started. I literally shoot on my phone, and like they're pretty good pictures, but of course we are trying to get better, and we're trying to get better equipment and stuff so we can really get out there. But so far it's really fun. We've as friends, like we've always been close, but really this really connected us because we found something that we can relate to, which is fashion. So we're definitely helping us out, which is something very important that we all should do. If you have a friend out there that you know you can help them in anything they need and pursuing their career or goal, just go ahead and help them because it's always important.
Yes. And if you need to get styled, you know, hit up
Emily, she's fly. I mean, I don't know if I get Emily to style me, but Emily, she's fly. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Emily. I see you.
Well, speaking of that, we're gonna give you guys a little like pep talk about some things that you guys can kind of sit on before we end the show. And Raheem, start us off.
Well, I just got a new job. I'm not gonna tell you where. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want folks to my job. But I just got a new job and I'm a supervisor. And I just want to say, guys, like, yes, I'm 18, but yes, I am a manager at my job. And I feel like,
Tell them.
so yeah, and yes, I'm a manager at my job. So yesterday I went to another interview for another job. And I told the interview, I said, yes, I'm a supervisor at so and so. And he's like, are you really a supervisor? You know what I said? I said, what you mean am I really a supervisor?
Hey, what you mean?
Hey, what you mean? That's my name. And I'm sitting there and I said, what you mean am I really a supervisor? Because I'm 18.
Right.
Because I'm young, people expect you to not know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Never, ever let anything stop you from doing whatever you want to do. So if you want money, if you want to make it, you want to be successful, go for it. Especially after you turn 18. That's the thing that I must say. When you under 18, you are still your parent. You are all your parents. Like everything that you are, everything that you do is affecting your parents.
Right.
And your parents that control you, they the ones who pay for everything. But once you turn 18, if it's something that you want to do in life, go for it. Don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, you can do whatever you want. Like, I got a book coming out. Now, this is the first time I announced it. Yes, I have a book coming out. I do a book coming out. Yeah, and it's basically just going to be a book called The Book of Heme. I may change the title because if you know me personally, you know that I love to just talk and I love to give people like advice. I love to give people just good little sayings and stuff. I'm pretty wise if I do say so myself. You know what I'm saying? It was basically a book with a bunch of my quotes and things that basically a way to motivate people. So I'm just gonna take this motivation very motivate you to go stay tuned for this book I got. But shit, guys, like anything you want to do in life, just go for it. Because nothing can really stop you. Everything that's destined for you will be for you.
Right.
Malaysia, any thoughts on that?
I definitely
motivation you
agree.
want to give folks?
Yes, I definitely agree. Whatever you want to do, go for it. I feel like people want us to be in a box when you know, when you even when you're younger, like you are your parent, but you still are your own individual. Like you know what your goals are, you know what you want to do. When you get of age to be able to really do it, I feel like you should go for it. Like tomorrow is not promised. like I have a business and it's just like I'm young. People may not take you serious because they think, oh, just because you're young, you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know how to manage money or whatever the case may be. But it's just like don't let what people say or what people feel about what you got going on or whatever you want to do, determine how you're gonna go about doing it. I feel like not all the time. Like when I told my grandmother that I used to want to be a lawyer and I used to want to be a medical examiner when I was younger. But it's like as I got older, I got more into communications and business, and I was just like, I don't want to do the things that I used to say that I would do. Like I really know what I really want to do, and it's like your parents and people that you close to may not always be supportive of what you want to do, but I still feel like you need to block all of that out because at the end of the day, if you're really passionate about something, you're going to go about doing it as hard as you can. And if you keep continuously going about it as hard as you can, it's going to happen for you. You're going to have some minor setbacks. Not everything's going to go as perfectly as you want it to go because you're definitely going to have some bumps in the road, but that doesn't determine your destination. You're still gonna get there.
I don't know if that was Malaysia or Will Smith. I know y'all haven't seen Will Smith on Instagram. Man,
he's funny.
He can do all that. And he got all this motivational advice stuff.
Him and Jada.
Man, Will Smith, man, he on one.
Something I wanted, because we're all almost ending the show, so something I want everyone to sit on is be who you needed when you were younger, which is one of the most important things. Yeah. Speaking of going after your goals and being who you want to be in life, also be that person that you once needed. That maybe that compliment you once needed when you didn't feel confident. Be that person to give the next person a compliment because you never know how their day is going or how they feel about themselves. You don't know. Right. Like a stranger's compliment is so impactful. Like if I tell you you're beautiful and you don't even know me, you're gonna feel beautiful. You're gonna feel good. Like somebody sees my true beauty. If you were maybe, if you were younger and you never really had anyone to be there for you, like maybe you had a play and nobody was there to go see you, or you had a spelling bee contest and no one was there to cheer you on. If you ever have the opportunity to be there for someone and support them in the crowd, be that person that they can look into the crowd and look and find you and say, I'm gonna do good or I got this. So I think that's really important. Just be who you needed when you were younger because there's so many people out there that need that one person. You never know if you're gonna be that one person in somebody's life that they're gonna need.
Well, that's what I try to be. Well, I only started trying to go there because all my siblings got kids now, and I'm like, I was always the youngest. Now it's like, wow, now I gotta be the big brother, or you know what I'm saying, the uncle to all these little new nephews and nieces. Dang it, you know what I'm saying? Like the other night, I was watching my nephew. He woke up in the middle of the night, ate a little nightmare, and I was like, that guy, I didn't know what to do. I'm just like, oh, it's okay. I'm just like, oh man, I'm so old, and I'm over here taking care of a baby. Old as a mother, taking care of little kids, babysitting. I ain't never babysitting nobody before. And so it's like, so now I'm just focusing on trying to be better, trying to be the best me I can be. So everyone who comes after me, and my family especially, and even people outside my family, everybody who comes after me, that's going to be a good example for the generations after.
Right. My sister's expecting, I don't know when yet, but she's expecting a baby, and this is about to be the first baby in the family again. But I wanted this sister, but I couldn't get one. So now I have a niece and or nephew. I'm sorry. And I just want to make sure that I'm going to be there for the baby, and I want to make sure that this baby has all the support and love it needs, and that surrounds them because it's going to be very important when they grow up. I want them to know that I'm there. Right. The same support I didn't probably have, I want them to know that at least I'm there. Right. Yeah. So, well.
Everywhere we are, the song up because it was awkward for a minute. I don't like awkward.
Okay, well, I
Yeah,
want
wrap
to give a
this show.
I want to give a special thank you to everyone that's still watching, still tuned in. You guys, I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, this is our first show. I've never been involved in a radio show, so just being here,
Bear with
sitting,
us, guys. Bear
right.
with us.
We can't do this. This is kind of a new thing for us, so we're just kind of stuck. But I hope you guys really enjoy this topic. You guys can connect with all of us through Instagram or Twitter. What's your Instagram?
Hector King.
And mine is
Underscore Malaysian, with your
And-
name.
and my Instagram is only one Emily. You guys can also DM us any of that you guys, any topics that you guys might want to hear or talk about. In the future, we are going to be having like call-ins, so you guys can always call us in and we can interact because we want to interact with you guys. It's not all about us. It's a family. We want to include everyone. So please continue to tune in, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
And follow our Instagram at Teenage Truth. And we will be posting consistently. And we're back.
We will be
All
back
right,
next
guys.
Saturday.
See you next Saturday.
Bye.
All right, we're off.
That awkward moment at the end. Cause I had texted with you. I said tease peer pressure and judge. Cause I was going to talk about, I was going to get into how everybody was talking about Reggie and Lucci, and I was going to be like, what you guys think about the age,
Y'all, Sheen's only got a.
I was going to tease it a little bit.